freshwater blower there.
Nice. Last. Yeah.
In England, angling and fly angling methods have been used in parallel for several hundred years. So it's not very surprising that today's modern fly fishing is considered to have its origins in the British Isles. Modern dry fly fishing became popular in southern England, while the use of the anonymous wet fly was developed in the north.
How would you fish your wet flies?
Okay.
In the water like this?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, Johan. I often get asked this question, what's the best way to fish spiders or wet flies? And I always give the same answer as it happens, which is you let the conditions and the trout dictate to you the best way.
Paul uses the free drifting method to fish his flies over the latest rises. To avoid disturbing the water more than necessary, Paul fishes one fish at a time. The classic wet fly, water hen blower, finally tempts the trout. Fly fishermen in Norway have been using local wet fly designs for a very long time. A few designs have even been recognised beyond Norway, the Hegeli and Telemarkskongen, for example. Johan has fished this river for many years and is keen to find grayling with a traditional wet fly on the leader. But the right type of fly isn't all you need to catch a big grayling. It's important to know how to present the fly so that it behaves in a natural way.
Wet fly fishing, maybe the most classic, one of the most traditional ways of fly fishing. To become a good wet fly fisherman, there are a couple of techniques that we need to master. And among those, the upstream free drift presentation probably is the most common, at least the most classical way. That's the same technique that we saw Paul Proctor and Malcolm Greenhug practice when we were in England.
Begin using the upstream method by casting the flies a few metres diagonally upstream from the suspected lie. As the flies land, the tip of the rod should be just above the surface of the water. At the start of the drift, make an upstream mend to form a short curve furthest out in the line. At the same time as the flies drift with the current, always keep the line stretched as far as the curve. A take is indicated when the bend furthest out on the fly line suddenly tautens or stops. To make it easier to see when a fish has taken a fly, it's a good idea to use a line that's clearly visible on the surface. We have an interesting and exciting evening of fishing with drifting caddis pupae. A lot of the grayling are excellent, and what could be better than to end this trip to Norway with a successful evening's fishing, providing happy memories for company during the darkness of winter. The Tidan River near Baltak, just outside Tidaholm, attracts thousands of fly fishermen from all over Europe every year to fish for brown and rainbow trout. Today, Johan has brought his fishing buddy, Niklas Dahlin from Uppsala, with him.
So what will you try?
Yeah, you know, I don't fish a lot, yeah?
No, I know that you fish as often you can, I guess.
Yeah, of course. And I really like to use stuff that I really depend on, yeah?
Yes.
And I as you, I like the soft-hackled spiders.
yeah.
I have 3 parents, yeah, that I really have faith in, yeah? And it's a partridge in orange, the March brown, and the black spider.
That's a good set of flies. I would say that those 3 soft hackers would probably cover 95% of most situations.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely. They are sparsely dressed. I like your flies, Nicholas. They're very nice.
Nicholas decides to cast his flies straight upstream and then let them drift down in one of the foam streams. He watches the end of the tippet and the line at all times. The slightest movement against the current could mean that a fish has taken one of the flies. Rainbow trout of all sizes, up to several kilos, are stocked in the Teedam. But the smaller fish, up to half a kilo, may have been stocked when very small and have now grown naturally.